Today, we will learn how an Arduino board works. This video will guide you step by step, showing you all the components, the circuit diagram, and explain how everything works together in simple terms so that everyone will understand. We will also be showing you how you can make your own Arduino at home. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how an Arduino board works. So, let's dive in. To start, let's talk about the bare minimum configuration of Arduino. At the heart of an Arduino board is the Atmega 328 microcontroller. Think of this as the brain of the board. It performs all the computations and logical operations. However, to make an Arduino board work, it needs a few supporting components. First, we have a 16 MHz crystal oscillator, which is connected between pin 9 and 10 of the microcontroller. This oscillator provides the clock signal, which is essential for synchronizing all the actions inside the chip. To stabilize this clock signal, two small capacitors are connected between the oscillator and the ground. The VCC and AVCC pins are connected to a steady 5-volt power supply, and the ground is connected to the ground. Additionally, for basic testing, we can connect an LED to pin 19, which corresponds to digital pin 13 of an Arduino. With this setup, you can power the microcontroller and run basic programs like blinking the LED. This is what we call the bare minimum configuration. While it's functional, it is not enough for a versatile and user-friendly board. That's where the complete Arduino board comes in. Now, let's move on to the complete Arduino board. And by the way guys, this is Altium PCB design. And if you have been watching our channel, you know how much I use it for all my projects, right? Altium is a PCB designing tool which can be used to create simple PCBs for hobby projects or complex and multi-layer PCBs for industrial use. It's easy to create our own PCBs using Altium, and if you are a DIY electronics enthusiast, you're going to love it. An Altium subscription includes Altium 365, which lets you design, share and manufacture your projects everything in one place. Secure and centralized cloud storage allows you to share design and ideas with teammates or clients very easily. You can even collaborate on your circuit with friends and share real-time feedback. You can download and install the trial version from the link in the description down below. Now, if you look at the schematics, you will see we have added several components to make the board more stable and flexible. First, let's address the power supply. The board uses 7805 voltage regulator, which takes an input voltage ranging from 7 to 32 volts and converts it into a steady 5-volt DC output. This 5V is the main power supply for the board and connected components. Additionally, there is a voltage divider circuit that reduces 5V to a 3.3 volt. This lower voltage is crucial for modern sensors and modules that operates at 3.3 volt instead of 5 volt. Now, this board is designed to make it easy to connect peripherals. The PWM pins, which are used to control devices like servo motors, are grouped into headers with 3 pins each. The first pin is for the signal, the second is for 5V, and the third is for the ground. This pin arrangement matches the typical configuration of servo motors and sensors, so you can connect them directly without extra wiring. Similarly, the analog pins and the digital pins are also grouped into headers, making it easy to connect various input and output devices. To ensure stability and for easy resets, the board includes a reset circuit connected to the reset pin of the microcontroller. This allows you to reset the board manually or programmatically. There are also multiple indicator LEDs, including one connected to digital pin 13. These LEDs help to troubleshoot issues by indicating power status or other conditions. Now comes the interesting part. One of the most important aspects of Arduino board is its ability to communicate with our computer. The Atmega 328 microcontroller uses a communication method called UART, or Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. However, UART isn't directly compatible with USB, which is what most computers use. To bridge this gap, we use an FTDI module which converts UART signals to USB and vice versa. Here, you can see that the TX pin of the FTDI module is connected to the RX pin of the microcontroller. This setup allows the microcontroller to send and receive data using USB.
Also guys, if you are truly into electronics and PCB, check out Altium Student Lab. And you can get free access to Altium Designer and Altium 365 to work with your friends and earn a certificate recognized by top industries in India. You can use your university or school email to start for free. You can try that as well for free by clicking the link in the description below.
Now that we have fully functional Arduino board, let's talk about programming it. First, connect the Arduino board to the FTDI module and then connect the FTDI module to your computer. Make sure you have installed the correct drivers for the FTDI module. Open the Arduino IDE on your computer and select the Blink example sketch. This is a simple program that makes the LED on pin 13 blink on and off. In the IDE, choose the Arduino Uno board and select the correct board. Finally, click on Upload. The IDE will compile the code and send it to the microcontroller via FTDI module. Once the program is uploaded, the LED on pin 13 will start blinking.
Thank you guys. So see you in the next video.